And the woman, the bishop, they were the one that comes there. They started building houses, and we make even a prayer house because people will come for prayer all the time there. Till when I carried my bag and said, I'm going to Mali. Because Mali, though is a Muslim country, before I left Nigeria, my calling was dictated to me the day Jesus came into my room, the day I got converted. People have been preaching to me to give my life to Jesus. Friends in school. I schooled at CMS Grammar School. It's a missionary school. It's in Shomolu Bariga. Though we have Christian society in the school, all this SU and all that. But my belief as a Muslim did not, I don't like anything about Christianity. I don't want anybody to preach to me. Because when you tell me about Jesus or anything, it's like I have this evening fever. I'm feeling as if I'm having evening fever. My head will start burning. My heart, I'm disturbed. So I don't want anybody. My belief in that, my religion, was that I have to fight only for the cause of Allah. And I did it. Anywhere I am, I don't allow anybody to talk about my Allah or my Prophet. Then, so when the Spirit of the Lord came to me in the room, because I was mentally derailed because of some things I put my hands into. But to my parents, they thought it is witchcrafts, the attacks of witchcraft that made me like that. I would just run away from home. I'm like a madman, just walking all around. But the day the Lord came to me, He said, when He touched me, I became healed. In the room, in my room here, there, I became healed. And it said that what you have seen, go and narrate it to your fellow Muslims. So since then, I kept that in my mind, that Jesus wants me to talk to my fellow Muslims. And I've tried to study the map of Africa and see those countries that they are Islamized, like they don't want any other religion. So since then, I've put Mali on my mind. So when I went to Mali, I got, in 2000, I left Cote d'Ivoire in 2001. Remember I said in 1999, after I left Ibadan, Badiko Adebayo, I went to Togo. So I spent the whole of 99, ending of the year 2000 in Togo at Bafilo Gandhi. So later I came down to Sokode at Fidokwi village to work there also. From there I left to Ghana. That is between 2000. So from Ghana, around April, I went to Cote d'Ivoire. So now from Cote d'Ivoire now, I went in 2001, I went to Mali. Now I spent the whole of 2001 in Cote d'Ivoire with the Yakuba people group. After the church has been built and I left it to the woman, I went to Cote d'Ivoire and to Mali. So in 2002, that was when they were playing this CAN 2002, this football, African football match in Mali. So I entered with the troops and people who are going to watch the football there, because I have heard that to go to a Muslim country, you cannot carry Bible. Because in the border, they might search your bags and see that if you have Bibles there, it will be a problem. And because of the experience I had in Cote d'Ivoire, you can't just walk all around without your papers. And you have to collect their residential papers, embassy, the one embassy has to give you for you to stay in Cote d'Ivoire. If you don't have it, the police will get rid of you, they will carry you, they will say you are a vagabond. How do you enter into their country? So I thought Mali also is like that, because it is the same French country. So successfully, I traveled from Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire to Mali. So I entered Bamako, the capital. So there I stayed and joined a church, which I later understood it is this Braham Fellowship. They are Nigerians, and there are other countries among them too. But I later found out that they worship Braham and not Jesus. They have Bible, but they only read Psalms and all that, but they don't worship Jesus. It's only Braham. So I found out that this one is not, I can't stay in the middle of these ones. I know my calling. So I joined other Malian church that is in Bamako. We have this Orthodox church there. So their own belief, they believe in Jesus. They believe Jesus sent the Holy Spirit, but they don't believe in the manifestation of the Holy Spirit. Anything miracle, anything like that, they are not in it. So, but I continue with them since they have Jesus. So I worship with them. While staying there, my particular purpose is to go to Tombouctou. Tombouctou is one of the ancient Islamic region where people make trade, like this slave trade and all that. There are Arabs there, there are all kind of people there. And Tombouctou is known for its Islamic worship, like, you know, they have mosque, one of the ancient mosque, the mosque of Djingaribert. Djingaribert is in Songhai, the language that is spoke in Tombouctou. Djingaribert means the place of worship. Djinga is worship. Reber, the big place of worship. So they have this mosque there, and the mosque is being built in 1859, as they've said. And they said that one of the first Islamic university started from Tombouctou. And I visited, while I was in Bamako, during the match, we have to go from one stadium to the other to go and watch football. So I used this opportunity to visit other regions. I went to Mopti. From Mopti, I went to Tombouctou, and later I came back again to Mopti. So it's Mopti now. I now stayed. I left the capital because I'm near to Tombouctou. So I try to get myself associated with some Nigerians, like the Igbos. They came there, they sell spare parts. They buy this oporoko fish and sells and all that. So I try to listen to them. What are they doing? How can I, is there any mission here? But in Mopti, I found out that there are only Catholic church. And in most of the region, the 9 regions of Mali, they have most of Catholic churches and the Orthodox churches. Then there is a man that came that said he's a Deeper Life member, but they did not allow him to stay. And the pastor also, I think, is not really converted, and something happened. I don't know how. The church was closed later because they gave many testimonies about him. And the Deeper Life Church also have been to Tombouctou in that year 2002. They were driven away. They drove them away, that they don't want them here. No church. They don't want church here. But not that there is no church in Tombouctou. There is church. There is a Baptist church. And this Baptist church is from America. The Southern International Baptist Church from New York. So when they come into any places, they count themselves as NGOs. They came like establishing working places, farming and all that, and from there they will build church and bring people near to them, like, they have their own way of preaching the gospel to people. So there are people who gave themselves to Jesus, or maybe to the church as Baptists. But once the whites, they have some Africans, they will send them to a Bible school at Yopougon in Côte d'Ivoire for Bible study, like pastoral course. So from there, when they came back, they are the ones that will be pastors there. But there is there is an accord, like a covenant between the Muslim of the land of Tombouctou and the Christian that are there, that no one will preach to any Muslims there. If you want your church to be here, because they are citizens of the land, they are the same people. Tombouctou is made of one family. All of them, they marry up to today. They marry cousin to cousin. Cousin is made for cousin, that's what they say. So all of them are born of one man and one woman. So because of that, their unity, nobody can easily break in between them because they are families. I can't talk about Brother B. Brother B will go and tell Brother A, this is what that guy said about us. And they will join hands to fight you, even if they are enemies in between themselves. So, because of what has been said, when Deeper Life came in, Deeper Life wants to, preach the gospel publicly, personally. It never works. They joined hands together to drive Deeper Life out of Tombouctou. And because of that, no Pentecostal church there. So in that 2002, when I went there, they told me about these stories and all that. I said, okay. Another mission was there. It's from Germany. They call it New Life Church. But they came as booksellers. Like, as they open a library, they sell different books, school books and all that. They sell Bibles too. But they don't sell the Bibles, they give it out. But for people to come into the library, because they are trying to give education to the people, so that when they come to the library, if they don't have money to buy, they will give them the book and they will give a Bible with it. So that the person will go with the book and the Bible. Next time, if you want book, you can still come. The Germany ministry, they are sponsoring that so that they can get Bible into every homes. That is another tactics that they used. But with all, when the people come near to you and they said they want them to come to Jesus and be worshiping with them, they said that no, we don't want to come to Jesus. But if Jesus can give us money, we will come to him. But we need money. We are praying in our mosque is because they are giving us money. If you think we are lying, you can come to the mosque and see every Friday. They share money to us. So I understood all this. I said, so these people, to bring them to Christ is to be very hard. Because they don't believe neither in miracles. Anybody that has money, that's where they are going. And they knows, they do say that Jesus multiply bread and fish. They have seen the film before. So that means Jesus is very rich. So anything you ask Jesus, even millions, Jesus will be able to give it. Because they believe Jesus gave money to the white people. That's the money America is using today. So if they see any white man, they say, yes, he's rich because Jesus gave it to him. It's Jesus' money. So Jesus can give them as much as they want. If the whites are having it, he can give it. Because in the film, Jesus did not say, you are not, you are black, you are white. Everybody ate that fish and bread. So Jesus can give them money. So later from Mopti, I stayed in Mopti for 8 months. So because the language they speak in Tombouctou, they also speak in Mopti. That Mopti is filled with Fulanis and Bambara and other Mali tribes are also there. Because Mopti is a place of commerce. They have this river Niger there, and there are fishes like all this ejaro and all that. People used to come and buy and sell, and that is every place. There are people who sells and buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. So I stayed in Mopti to learn the language. I went into the market to make friends with people so that I can learn the language that I will be speaking in Tombouctou. So luckily I was able to learn the Bambara language, because the Bambara is the official language of Mali. It's after Bambara that comes the French language, because they said all of their people, they are not learned, so they have to have a language that can unite everyone together. If everybody cannot speak French, everyone can speak in Bambara. Though Bambara is also spoken in Tombouctou, but it's not a language from Tombouctou. Tombouctou is not. They have their own language. The Tamashek and the Songhai. That is the 2 languages they have there. And Arab, making 3. So I learned the Bambara. Though I was a Muslim before, I know part of Arab, so I know it will help me. Anyone I cannot speak with, I can still speak with him in Arab. So in November 2002, I went to Timbuktu. When I got to Timbuktu, it was the winter season. It's very cold summer. There is cold as if we are in Europe. You have to wear cold jackets. Everyone, if not. Because the breeze, it blows breeze as if like in Jos and Port Harcourt. So when I got there with a tourist guy traveling down. And even my traveling there is a miracle. Because in my calling, I'm a volunteer missionary. I don't have salary. I don't receive salary from anybody. Since when I left Badekwade Ibadan, it were churches in Lagos, in Ibadan, that helped me while I was in the mission school there, because they don't ask you to pay, but they will help you to get support. They raise support from other churches. But if the support doesn't come to you, also you have to talk to some of your friends to help you so that you can carry on. So since I left there, going to Togo, all those traveling I made were money that Jesus himself gave from this. In Danani, among the dwarfs, what I try to lay emphasis on what happened. The same thing that happened in Fidokwi village also happened in that Danani, but in another form. Because praying that God should give us what will touch the life of these Yakuba's dwarfs is that we want them to see that there's another God which is more powerful than their idol. So one day I went to one of the people, the farmer, because when I get there to the mountains there, they have where they farm on the mountain. So when I went there to the farm with them, I go there to go and help them to cut some grasses, to see how they are working. Though I can't understand what they are saying, but they talk to me like as if I am deaf and dumb. And we also try to understand one another because I'm trying to learn their language and culture. So when I went there, they were talking about, so there was a place I wanted to sit down. It was the idol. I don't know that it was the idol where they worship. They used to kill fowl on it and split the blood and everything. I went there straight and sat down on that thing because I don't know. And when they saw it, they shouted on me. They were annoyed. Said, come on. One of them came and drew me. He said, but what happened? He said, that place, that it is their God. He's making the sign of, as if they bow down there. He said, no, I don't know. He said, oh, and the wife was so sad. The wife started crying. I said, why are you crying? He said that one of them came, the son. The son can speak little of French. And he came to me, he said, that thing you sat on, anybody that sits on that thing will not see the next morning. Or touch it, that person will die. I said, I said, but don't you know that myself, Jesus that is living in my own heart, he said, I shall not die, but I will live to show the glory of the Lord. I said that, it's not the same thing here. This thing is powerful. He said, okay, we shall see. So we went home. I asked the woman, don't cry. She gave me the same food, the maggot soup with ila. And ila, from my childhood, I've never eaten it. Because then if I eat anything, any draw soup, it scratches my body. But there, in that village, I did not have that scratch. Because there, that was how I believed that God wanted to use these things for my life, for his own glory. And when I got home, I only prayed. I said, I covered myself by the blood of Jesus. Lord, you told me that whatsoever I would tread the sole of my feet, that you will give it to me. These people are for you. They are for you, Jesus. And they have to come to know you. So I don't know how you will do it, but I know you will do it. So I went to bed and I slept. In the next morning, when I woke up, because normally every morning they used to bring pap, we call it like ogi. They used to bring the wheat pap. It's made of jero. They bring it every morning to me. But that morning I did not wait for them to bring it, because I want to show to them that I cannot die, because the person that is living in me is more greater than he that lives in that shrine where I sat down unknowingly. So when I went there to their house, the first person that saw me threw what was in her hand and ran back inside. I said, why is he running? He thought I'm dead or he's a spirit. So I entered, I greet them. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Nobody answered me. So later, one of the old men came out from the back of the yard and said, Paul, is it you? I said, yes, it's me. The old man speaks a little French too. He said, is it you? I said, yes, it's me. What happened in the night? I said, nothing happened. I slept and I woke up this morning. He said, how? What happened yesterday? We told you that if you sat down on that thing, you would die. And unknowingly you sat down without even knowing the laws. And nothing happened to you. In this village, that spirit will strike the person to death. I said, but nothing happened to me. Because he that is in me is greater than he that is in the world. He said, who is that person? I said, it's Jesus. The Jesus I've been telling you about. Jesus, your wife said that maybe it's another idol that they have not started worshiping. That is the same Jesus. He said, wow. He said, let's go. He took me to the chief of their village. We went there, still on the mountain. We went there. They already explained to the chief of their village that stranger that came to our village, and that stranger is helpful to us. He helps us in our farm. He helps us go to the stream to get water. Look at him yesterday. He went out, sat down on that idol. Unknowingly he would die. The gods will strike him to death. They have cried already. They have already mourned me. They thought by the next morning they just come and carry my cup and go and throw it to the shrine, because they said anybody that dies of that will be thrown to the shrine. Nobody will bury the person, so that the curse will not come on them too. So when I came, they went down. The village, the palace of the chief was immediately filled with people. All of them were looking at me strangely. Why? He's not dead. Why? Nothing happened to him. And that was how they started having confidence in me. And when I go about, I just have that confidence myself to touch any of those things I found around. And I said, in the name of Jesus, because the spirit, he that lives in me is greater than he that lives in the world. And I cast out those demons, those spirits living in those things. So there was a day I went to the town, to Danani, because that Danani, the village is not only filled with the dwarfs. We have Liberians that are around from war. There is a refugee camp, the United Nations refugee camp around there. So I went there. There are people that used to worship there. On Sundays, I used to go out to go and worship at their church, because there are many strangers speaking English around. They are Liberians. So I used to go among them to go and worship. So there is a prophetess. She's the bishop of the church. She's a woman. She was the one that started the church there at the refugee camp. So I used to go to her and talk to her that, Mom, I'm a missionary. I'm working with the Yakuba tribe. She used to try to encourage me somehow, but it's like discouragement, because she said that those people, nobody can win them to Jesus. We have tried our best in this camp, and we have left them because they don't want to change. We go there, we show film to them, they don't watch it. If you show Jesus film, they will say, what is this one? All of them will turn their back. It's like they are not interested in anything. So we don't think those people, maybe God did not, because you have not seen anything about them. We only see giants in the Bible, not dwarfs. So maybe God doesn't have a record for them. So I said, no. As long as they have life in them, they are created image of God. So I believe something can still happen in that village. So I narrated the story to the woman, and she said, wow, so that happened, and you did not die. He said that thing, before she used to think that it's a lie, but there are unbelievers that really touched that thing. Someone even went and the thing fell down. He hit the thing and it fell down. He said that guy became paralyzed immediately. Up to today, he can't walk because he hit that thing and the thing fell down. I said, I sat on it unknowingly. He said, the same boy also. I said, but Jesus lives in me, and I'm different from the person, and I'm sent there. God has a purpose. Because if anything happens to me, that means Jesus doesn't have any power. How will people know that Jesus is the only one that can save if such things does not happen? So I talked to the woman. I'm trying to encourage her. If you can bring more of your teams, still come to the village. And we clap hands with them, try to do it the way they want it, not the way we want it. Because when we go into people, strange people that doesn't know anything about what we are doing, if we want to come and impose our own on them, that no, this is how we have to clap, and this is how we have to pray, this is how we have to dance, they will see it as strange things. Let us do it the way you are used to their own idols. They worship their own idol. They will dance first around the idol. After dancing, they will sit down. They will listen to the chief, the babalawo that has to listen to the spirits and tell them what the spirits said. And after that, all of them, they will go and bring their sacrificed goats and rams and sacrifice and go. So let us do it their own way. And when the woman started coming with other ministers from Liberia, so this pastor also used to come from that village. So he used to come there to come and distribute Bibles to the refugees and all that. So when this pastor came, his name is Morgan. He's also a Liberian. And when he came, he tried to talk to me that these people, if they are one to Christ, what do you want to do? Do you want to start church among them? I said, yes, I want to start church, but I'm a missionary. I'm not staying here. Immediately there is church, and I know that there are some, maybe 2 or 3 that are Christians. I want to give them to the church, this women church. If they can continue the work, maybe they can bring a man. Because in the village there, it is forbidden that women should teach them. Their women don't talk when they are talking. They are dwarfs, but their woman respects them. When the men are talking, women don't talk. So if you go to them and you said you want to put women to preach to them, it's like you are bringing something else they don't know. So do it now the way they understand, till the time that their knowledge and understanding will be renewed. When they will have new knowledge in Christ, they will know that women also have the same, they are inequality. So after this, we started evening worship there. We clap hands with them. We try to change some of their songs, the songs they give to the idol. Any places they mention the name of their idol, we put Jesus there. We already told them that we also would like to sing that song, and we want to put the name of our own God there. They said, no problem. No problem. As long as that God is with me and he protects me from dying. So they also like that God. They like him. They like to come. As we will sing the song that everybody knows. So we sing the song. I try to learn their songs. And because I try to learn that song, they now feel like I want to be part of them. Even up to saying that they will give me one of their the lady dwarfs to marry. I'll remain there in the village. I never oppose them. When they are saying that, I said, yes, it is possible. See, I'm still single, I'm not married, so I don't know who my wife will be. So no problem about that. So I know I'm not going to marry, but I don't want to tell them that so that they will not be discouraged. So we eat together, things that I don't do in my house. There are people who don't wear clothes. And if I want to show to them I'm wearing clothes all the time, sometimes I'll remove my shirt and go to farm with them like that. I roll my trouser because they don't have trouser. Some of them, they use this palm tree something and make it as if it's dress. They weave goat skin as if it's skirt. If you see it, you will like it. They have natural things there. They don't go to market to go and buy clothes. Until we started church there, we started telling them that clothes also is very good. It will cover you from cold. And there on the mountain is very, very, very cold. Very cold. Most of the time there is rain. And it's cold. With all that, they don't wear anything. And they are not sick of cold. They are used to it. They drink cold. They don't warm their food. They will eat it cold. They will drink it cold. Everything cold. But I pray to God to help me. They don't eat pepper as we eat pepper. And their okra soup is filled with maggots. Those things are like maggots. They are in the mountains. You can find them on the trees. I've never seen anybody eating them. But they said there is protein in it. I don't chew it. I just take it. And I don't carry it in my eye so that they will see me as if I dislike the food. I said, no, it's nice. When I will go inside my house, I'll watch my mouth. I'll pray, God, please help me. I will not die. But I spent almost a year with them like that. At the end of when I started thinking about praying for other places to go, that was when these people, the first man I had contact with, his name is Yakubu. They have that name like in their own culture, Jacob, but they call it Yakubu in their own culture. They are no Muslims. There is no mosque there. Nobody prays Allahu Akbar there. Nobody. It's only idol worshipping. And they separate themselves from civilization. If you go to Côte d'Ivoire, you see civilization. But when you get there, you think that place is not Côte d'Ivoire. Otherwise, it is. They don't just like it. So, when I met with him, he said that, oh, Paul, I came to you today. I've been seeing many things. There are some things that you have been doing in this village. Nobody ever do it. Because they said anybody that brings civilization to our village, something different from what we are doing, that person will die. But the spirit did not kill you. We don't know why the spirits are leave you alone, alive. We don't know. We can't say. But instead, our children, they love you. Everybody wants you around. I want you to tell that your Jesus to also come and keep my family safe from death. I said, yes, I can tell him. Jesus would like to hear that from you. I said, you can say it too. You can repeat it. And he said, yes, he will. And I started saying it. The woman, that Liberian woman, the bishop, she translates in the language to him. And we repeat the same thing. I pray that Jesus, this man is asking you to come into their family. That means into their life. Come into his life and protect his family from sudden death, from the idols or spirit killing the family. And that was how this man and the family started coming to church. So my last moment with them, what I note was that at least 14 of them, they gave their life to Jesus the way they understood it. That was how I left them, because we started the church.